Hello everyone. Today I'm finishing my biker squad by painting the sergeant. I start with a white spray primer. White gives maximum contrast with speed paints, but it's also unforgiving. Any missed area will show later. For the metallic parts, I use a mix of broadsword silver and gravelord gray. I apply it first on the wheels, then the engine, then the handlebars, and finally the cleaver and the pistol. This mix keeps the metal readable without being too shiny. Pure silver would be too clean for the bug army. This faction lives in dirt, decay, and improvisation. The gray dulls the metal just enough to feel used and brutal. When I started painting the bug army, I honestly wasn't sure how I was going to handle the volume. I wanted to print every miniature, check the supports, fix defects, and paint most of them. Some issues only show up once you actually start painting a model. I've painted miniatures for years, probably somewhere between 5 and 10,000, so I'm used to painting hordes quickly. But sculpting, printing, and painting everything at the same time was a completely different experience. Exciting, but extremely time consuming, even with help from my wife. Next comes darkwood on the boots, the belt, the cleaver guard, and the scabbard. This color does a lot of work. It instantly separates leather from armor and metal, and it grounds the miniature visually. I like using the same brown across multiple elements. It creates cohesion and speeds things up. For the back of the armor, which is meant to be leather, I use a mix of dark wood and warrior skin. This creates a warmer, more organic tone. It works especially well for the bug army, where equipment often feels grown or adapted rather than manufactured. For exposed skin, the hands, and the head, I use Crusader skin. I keep it simple. One clean pass is enough. The sculpt does most of the work here. Next is Zealot Yellow, applied to the sweater and the bike headlights. This is a key color. It breaks the otherwise muted palette and draws the eye exactly where you want it, the rider and the front of the bike. Small accents like this make a miniature readable at arm's length. I then add slaughter red on part of the bike and the pants. Red adds aggression and movement. Used sparingly, it reinforces the biker identity without overwhelming the model. For the bandages on the forearms, I use light tone. This gives a worn fabric look once shaded. The jungle green goes on the front plate of the bike. A small touch of green ties the unit visually to the Fukai environment, representing the Fukai gas, and most importantly, it perfectly balances the red of the pants. Now I apply a walnut wood stain, a strong tone equivalent wash, on what remains of the bike and the armor. This tone really gives the armor a wood-like effect. At this point, the miniature really comes alive. I finish by reapplying Gravelord Grey on the forearm bandages. This sharpens them, and that's it. The miniature is finished. The Avelos are a biker unit designed for late game, grabbing objectives, flanking, disrupting gun lines, and they need to look good fast, without becoming a bottleneck. Almost the entire bug army was painted using speed paints and simple techniques like this. No airbrush tricks, no marathon sessions, just efficient painting focused on tabletop readability. For the Avelos bikers specifically, I plan to add more weapon options in the future. I haven't decided yet whether that will be done as a dedicated conversion kit or through additional poses, but it's something I actively want to expand. If you like this approach, miniatures designed to be printed, painted, and played without friction, the Bug Army is the first fully playable faction of Damocles Wars, and the campaign is about to launch. You can find the full project and follow the campaign by checking the link in the description. I can't wait to share the rest with you.